Hey everybody, Sheo 2022. Welcome back. Welcome back. We're doing it again, guys, with a special guest, Mrs. Akia Valentine. Y'all, she is a wonderful, amazing, phenomenal blessing in my life. But her vision, her dream, what she is doing, she is trailblazing in the industry, guys, that you guys are going to be so excited. I know my big busted ladies are going to be so excited. I know I am about what she's doing, but I am so happy that she's here. I honor her. She is a friend of mine, a sister. I see her as a big sister to me because she's just been a blessing in my life on the levels of just maturity and soundness. And she is just so full of love, energy, and she's nurturing and kind. And I had to have her on CEO 2022 because you guys, she's got some things coming up that are super hot, and you want to be about this. You want to be about this. You're going to want to get in when it comes to health, when it comes to fitness, when it comes to the wear, the line, everything, and so much more she'll do in the future. You guys, she's got some hot stuff coming for us. So, Akia, I am so happy that you're here with us today. How are you doing today? How are you feeling this morning?
I am doing well. And Sis Praise, let me tell you, thank you for having me. I'm very honored to be given this opportunity to speak with you. Thank you for having me on Sheo 2022.
Yes,
I'm doing
yes.
well. I'm blessed. Thanks for asking.
Oh my gosh. Well, I'm happy that you're here because you are truly she's like a ride or die. I don't play about Akia, y'all. I don't play about Akia, so don't come for her, but you need to be blessing and sowing into her because she is absolutely I feel that she is truly has something for the world, even as far as ministry wise, but even for what she's doing in the fitness industry and the health industry. She has so much wisdom, guys. I just, I implore you to follow her, see what she's doing. Go check out her Instagram. Go check out her pages, what she's doing. Be on board to be a blessing because what she has also helped transform my life in the form of health. Someone just posted on my thing. They said, girl, you're looking good and healthy. Well, this is a big reason as to why. I'm still doing my plan, girl. I'm still doing my plan. So I'm so excited. She's got so many good things. But I want to get this started. CEO 22. I want to ask her some questions to just get her, going because what you learn about the woman, it will help you. Some of you guys may want to break into this industry, and it's taken her some hard work and some sacrifice. And this is why I want to just really pull out her heart into this so that you guys can understand how passionate she is about it and be a blessing, pour it back into her as she's pouring back into you in this time because you don't want to miss out on what's hot and trending in Miss Akia Valentine's life because it's on and popping. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, ma'am. Yes, it is. So I want to ask you one of the first questions is who are you and why are you? That's one of my first questions.
Loaded question. Who am I? That's a loaded question. But apart from identifying myself as my given name, Akia Valentine, I'll always say that I'm a blessed and highly favored child of God. Who am I? That's who I identify myself as first. It's because of His grace and mercy and understand that I have the ability to do what I'm doing, to come through the things that I've come through, to stand where I'm standing now. So that is who I am. And the second question is the why behind who I am. Is that the second question? I'm sorry.
Yes, why? And a lot of people like to say when they answer that, they like to think about their purpose of understanding what they're here for. So if that helps, because you know what, you have so much purpose and I've seen you operate in your purpose. I've seen you flow in it that I'm so excited to know what you think about that as well.
Right. So the why of who I am. I think that God has given me special abilities in the area of ministry, in the area of I feel like we as human beings are so multifaceted, and that's
Yes.
not just me, that's with anyone. So the why behind me is so many whys behind who I am. One is because I see that every time God puts me in someone's life or I have the opportunity to come into contact with anyone, I've been given the ability to minister to them in some way by testifying about my own experience. And it always has been that that person has had similar experiences, so I can relate to them and they can relate to me. And it's always been on this personal level, and not just in the spiritual aspect of things things, but also in the natural aspects of certain things. Like I'll meet women and, I'll identify with them in terms of, well, what are your struggles fitness wise? What are your struggles losing weight? Because I've been there. I'm there now, we yo-yo, we go up and we go down. But sometimes you just need that encouragement, someone who's been there, who understands and who's going through it, so that they can also give you their experience, their tidbits, little things that they've picked up along the way to help them in
Yes.
their journey. And that is how I see God has been using me in those two areas specifically, one with being able to get close and one-on-one with people in the funniest or the unusual of circumstances or situations, where I can minister to them, and not even in a way that, like, oh, God bless you, in just on a normal level, where you just connect
Right.
with people because your spirit draws to people, people's spirit draws to you. And, a simple word can strike up, something so deep in someone that, it leaves an impact on them. So that is my why. That's the
Awesome.
long-winded way of my why.
Awesome answer.
Yeah, I don't, I never just go and say, well, let me go find something. I always, like, just let God lead the way, and without
Yes.
fail, He always brings someone or some situation in where I can be a blessing, or give my, experience, or give, just give a word of
Hmm.
encouragement to whoever, whatever the situation would be. But it's never something that's outside of my own experience.
I love this. So this is leading me to my next question. I want to know, what are the routines that you do? I understand the industry that you're in, and we'll dive more into that. But what are the routines that you do to help you be at your best?
Well, the routine, first and foremost, for me, I have to start my day with prayer and meditation. There's no two ways about it. I have to center myself. I have to let God take control. I have to let God download what He wants me to do and how He wants me to do it. And then I take it from there. So, first of all, I center myself. One. Second routine, I don't know how detailed we're going to go here, but then, second routine is I have to do some type of hot tea, to get me
Hot
there.
tea. Come on.
And then just taking the day. I love sunrises, so I'll always be up by, before the sunrises, so I can see that, and that kind of just, sets a tone for my day. With that, I always like to start my day with writing down what I have to accomplish in that day. That's a routine for me. And it may not be that I accomplish everything, but at least I have a compass as to what direction I'm going to go in, unless the Lord deviates me from the path that I think I'm going to take. And then at some point during the day, this doesn't go on my to-do list, but I have to do it. I have to work out. That's part of the
Yes,
thing that I
yes.
have to do, because that keeps me going mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually,
Right,
everything.
right.
I need to get my body to that point where I can, I'm able to do what the Lord has called me to do physically, whether that be in industry or ministry. And that's it. And
That's
at
good.
night, I'll say basically at night, um, it's just taking off all electronics at a certain time, taking
That's
a
good.
couple breaths, before I lay, and just give everything back, just release any tension,
Amen.
anything that has come to me during the day. I like to just let that go, because I find that my sleep is much better when I do that. So that's a
Yes.
routine for me. That would a typical day would look like. And I try not to structure my day so rigidly that, there's no room, should something need to change, that I can pivot
Right.
at any point in time.
That's powerful right there, because it just leads to, that mental health that everybody needs to take better care of. So I love that you have that time where you just separate, and you pull away and give it back to God. And and I love how that you incorporate different things like the hot tea and the working out, or whatever it may be, to kind of just help you make sure that you are in tune with you
Yeah.
and not overwhelmed by what's happening around you. So I think that's really powerful, that women in health need to know, that someone is intentional as you are making products and things for them. That says a lot. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it speaks values. So another thing I want to ask you, and I want to say something about this, but I also want to ask you this question, which is, how did you establish yourself as a trustworthy source, right? And the reason why I want to say something before you answer that question, is because for me, you've established yourself as a trustworthy source, um, multiple times, even when I wasn't looking for looking for anybody to be like in my life. But it was something about you. It was something about your consistency. It was something about you, staying true to what God showed you and showing up. and whether you felt like it or not. And about your prayer life, okay, because not a lot of people can hang with old lady Kang over here. But I mean, I was like, oh snap, okay, it's just
Right.
certain things that let me know this girl, this woman of God is not a joke. Like, she's serious. Some people are like, I pray and I do this, they'll say it, but they don't really do it. And for me, I saw you do what you said you were gonna do, and you were accountable to that. If I ever said anything I was gonna do for you, you were definitely accountable. Making sure I was accountable, which I absolutely love, because some folks will just be, but I absolutely love that. So for me, I know how you've established yourself as a trustworthy source in my life, even in being able to receive from you as a sister, as a friend. But I see, like, when I see that, I think about your products and different things that you do, and how you are very, it's not just presentation, but it's also how mindful you were, meticulous you were, like, to every detail, that I was like, oh my gosh, this woman, like, y'all, so how
Right.
would you say that you establish yourself as a trustworthy source, even in the industry that you're in right now?
Okay. All right. So when we say the industry that I'm in, right? So I should mention here what you're speaking
Yep.
about is the
Yes.
is
Yes. Come on.
the line of a couple products, a line of
Yes.
leisure wear slash gym wear that I am developing for bigger busted women. Right now,
Yes.
what I
We
would
thank you.
say, I mean, and this is in development, but the reason I wanted to come up with that was because I'm being a bigger busted woman myself. When I go to the gym, and I might add here too that my weight does fluctuate, because at one point I was training for bodybuilding, and my weight went all the way down, and then when I stopped doing that, you put back on weight. But the whole thing is, consistently I've been a big busted woman, and in trying to work out, you go to the gym and you see everybody in their nice little cute workout stuff, and I'm in a leggings and a t-shirt, because you really ain't got nothing like people
Come
like
on,
me.
break it down. Break it down.
People like me, and I'm like, well, I want a little juicy too. I want Victoria's Secret too, you know. But whatever was there, I mean, don't get me wrong, they do have products, but it was just like, blah, nothing fun, nothing cute, nothing. And I'm like, we want to feel that way too. So
Right.
that led me to come up with, I need to get something for people like me to be represented. I want to go to the gym, and my primary focus, yes, is working out, but I also want to feel supported, and I also want to
Right.
feel good while being supported. And so what makes me a trustworthy source in that area is because I'm actually in it. I've experienced it, and I think experience is one of the best teachers. So I'm not trying to develop something for
Right.
somebody that I don't know about. I know the
Right.
struggles that I've had. And to every big busted woman out there who has tried to work out, we know about the double braing it situation, where
Yes.
you gotta put the bra on, and then the sports
Uh-huh.
bra on over that, because you're looking for support. You don't want
Yes.
to wiggle as much. So I'm trying to eliminate that, because that's stress on your shoulders, stress on your back, and of course nothing is ever going to be perfect. But I just wanted to have something that I felt comfortable in. And I'm like, well, be the solution. And that is
Exactly.
how and that is how I think that people have come to, because I live it. I live it every day,
Right.
So that is it. And then again, to the other thing, product that we're developing is a line of appetite suppressants. And why? Because I know I've been there as well, where especially when you're going through that time of the month, man, you want to eat everything in sight, because your
Yes.
hormones are raging, everything's going
Big
on,
cats and
and
beef
you
jerky.
yes, and not even that, just on a normal daily basis. We do live in a culture, we have problem with the portion controls. And I know me, I'm never like a and this is with anything that I do, I don't know how to go halfway or part of the way. I go all the way in. So if I'm eating Oreos, I'm eating a whole pack of Oreos. Like, I don't know about
Right.
one or
Right.
two, I'm going all the way in. And so I'm like, no. And also it's a mental thing. So that's one. So what has led me to be, I think people come to me, when we're working out, advice, questions, because they see me doing the work. I'm actually doing
Yes.
it. I'm actually in the gym. I'm
Mm-hmm.
actually working out.
She is, y'all.
I'm actually, my weight is actually fluctuated. I mean, during the pandemic, I put on a couple extra pounds, so now I'm back there also trying to get that back off, but I'm actually doing it. So for me, I think what has established me in that arena, so people actually come and they trust me and they ask me questions and they're willing to try the product, is because I'm a living example of what it actually is. And I'm determined
Yes,
to a certain extent to become a solution or part of the solution to the issues that we face, to the specific demographic that I'm targeting.
I absolutely love it. I mean, these 38 triple Ds, thank you. And woo! And
Yeah,
that
I
Tony,
got you.
thank
And
you.
let me make this caveat in that, because a lot of people ask me about the line. The line is still in development, it's still in production, but also no, it's not a line for plus size women. It's a line for bigger busted women, meaning that there are women such as myself, we are big on top, but we wear a normal size on the bottom, right? So it's not necessarily
Out
plus
there.
size like 18, 20s and stuff like that. It's going to be sports bras and leggings, but the leggings are going to be regular, like small to extra large, which is like a 8 or 14 or something like that. So that's just to understand the limitations of what we're doing.
Tell them again the name of the line again.
So the name of the line is Platinum Abundance.
Yes.
And Platinum Abundance, and under Platinum Abundance, we will be having the sportswear line, that leisure wear line, and the appetite suppressant line.
And I am even currently on the appetite suppressant line. I got my ginger, my turmeric, all the things that she has. And it's just right. Oh, Lord Jesus. Sorry.
That's okay. We can hear you.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that. But I have the line myself, and I am actually just so excited about what I have going on with how it's been a blessing to me and in my life. It has been amazing. So I can't do nothing but just say praise the Lord for this line, for not the line, but for the appetite suppressants, and for what it's doing. I do see changes in my body, and so much more. So I'm really excited about that. And I want to ask you another question too. What is the pushing element behind your personality? Because you are a pusher now. You are resilient. You don't seem to need nobody else. Yes, you do. We all need people, but you have that thing where you're gonna keep going. So I love that. What is the pushing element behind that?
Yeah, that's a lot of things. But I say one of it is that I always like to see things followed through. I always ask God for the finisher's anointing. I like to finish things that I start. And I always know that, I always feel like when you say you're gonna do something, you have to be integral to your word. Integrity is a big thing for me. Finishing is a big thing for me, because because I understand how my personality is. My personality is, if you tell me you're gonna do something, and I'm not saying this is always a good thing, I'm expecting you to do what you told me you were going to do. And I always tend to hold myself to that same standard when it comes to other people or anything that I do. So for me, what is the driving force behind that is because I just like to be integral in my word. I like to do what I say I'm going to do. And because I also believe that follows you, that's how you also operate when it comes to your ministry, when it
Right.
comes to your trade, whatever it is. And because God is a God who does what he says he's going to do.
That's
I think that we follow in his example, and it's just something that has been instilled in me from a very young age. Do what you say you're going to do. I mean, of course, if the Lord pivots you, then you understand that and you move accordingly. But don't say one thing and do another. Be integral, and that is a big thing for me. Integrity. So I think that's what drives the way.
powerful. Because guys, when you hear her say that, not a lot of companies can say that that's the driving personality behind the CEO of the company. Not a lot of people can say that. Some people will say, well, they'll say different slogans. There are some companies that will have a slogan and say that's their standard, but they're not always staying true to it. And then there are some that are, like, we always know there's certain tires that people, you can always count on certain tires, but
Right.
you know, always, because you know how they treat their customers. The BMW lots, you know that if something's wrong, you take it back to the service station, you know, they're going to take care of it. It's certain companies, and this is why people do higher quality products. You know, this is why they buy quality and not, and they're looking at substance, because they know it's going to last longer. They'll spend, you know, $5,000 on something that will last them a lifetime. They'll spend, you know, and it's
Yes.
like something I think people need to be mindful about. This is something that I think people need to be mindful about when it comes to products and investing. And I want to even say right here, this is why, even my sister, there's many of these amazing CEOs that are moving on the pressing, whether we like it or not. You know, like whether we are there or not, they're going to be moving on the pressing on. When you have a company like this that is saying that they're integral and that they have the quality and the substance, they have this type of mindset, you want to get in on this. Like I know stock people, and I know people who are involved in the stock market, the exchange. They're involved in all kinds of things, and they're looking for good investments and stuff like that, and they do research behind the person and behind the company, and they're looking at certain things. When you have a company that is ethical and that is full of integrity, substance, you want to be in on that, and they'll get in on that even early before it even blooms, because
That's
they
true.
understand that this is quality, and they look at the mindset of the person. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's just a blessing to hear this. I've seen it. I've seen this from my sister. I've seen her own, her integrity, her tenacity. I've been there on the phone when she's flying back to, you know, flying all over the state to make sure that that product is right. You know, how many people are really doing that? Some people will sit there, and even through the pandemic, she was making sure her stuff was right. You know,
Yeah.
so I want to just employ people to take the time to invest in her. I'm going to post some stuff up on the channel, and in the description later, it'll have like her Cash App, and it'll have other ways that you can give and be a blessing to help the goals be reached. But guys, she is trailblazing, and I'm just excited. I'm excited for what she is doing. I want to ask you another question. Do you feel that a team is important?
Oh, definitely.
This.
Definitely. A team is definitely important. And I'll tell you why. I mean, it also comes down to having a team, yes, but also being able to delegate. Because
You better come on now.
because I say this, you can't do anything all you can't do everything. You can never be everything all the time to everyone. You always need to be able to delegate, but delegate not just to anybody, but delegate to people who are capable, right? I'll take myself for an example. When you have a product, especially when it's yours, it's your baby, you have a specific vision. You have a visualization of how you want this thing to be, how you want it to look, how you want it to operate, what you want it to do. And you have to have like-minded people,
Right.
because there are also those who are just there because they just need a paycheck. I mean, I've been there. I mean, I just done some stuff, this is not my life. This is my job. But you also
Right.
have to care about what you're putting out. And if it is that you do not have people that you can trust that they're going to give their all to do that, then that's going to be a problem. But a team is very important, because you also do not want to suffer from burnout. The whole thing is you have to be able to
That's
replicate your
it.
results. You have to be able to duplicate your results. And at times you cannot do that by yourself, because you are going to burn out, be it physically, emotionally, mentally. So you do have to have a team that is able to pick up that slack. And a team also brings expertise that you may not have, right? So I don't know everything about product development, about finding things, about sourcing stuff. I have a team. I pay a team to do that for me, because I don't know everything. And there's certain things that people specialize in that I may not have knowledge in, and I do not have knowledge in. And you pay them, you bring them on board to bring their
That's
area
it.
of expertise to you, and to bring whatever it is you need to have to come to life. So do I think a team is important? Absolutely. But I think the right team is even more important than just any team.
That is such a powerful answer. And one of the other questions was, do you think you could delegate? How do you delegate, and should we delegate everything? And you kind of answered that as well, because that team is important. The right team is important, because sometimes people have people on the team that are sabotaging it, you know,
Yes.
spies or whatever like that. And then you have the quality team, and then you have the team members, which you just described, which is, oh, I'm just here for the check. Let me just so do my bare minimum, right? Um, and I think that it's really important what you said, because when you have a vision as big as yours, and as so many other CEOs, they built up, and sometimes they just waited until that right person came. They didn't just take it,
Yes.
and you have that persona to me where you're just like, not yet. You know, uh,
And
I,
that can be good or bad, because sometimes you just have to learn. I'll say this:
I love
delegation is not.
your tenacity on how you perceive things and how you are on top of things. Like I absolutely love that, and I agree, and that helps me. That's an answer that helps me because I'm not the best at delegating myself. So I asked that question because I'm over here trying to learn too. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you're not alone. Delegation is not something that comes easy. I think it's something that you have to actually learn because we always want it to be perfect. We always want whatever we are working on to look as I said, look a certain way, be a certain way, and you feel like if you loosen the straps a little bit, others are not going to do it the way you would do it.
Right.
But it's important also to have someone that you train, a team you train that you say this is how it. You need to train them. They're not going to know. They will never have your same vision unless you let them know what that vision is and train them appropriately on the vision and tell them what to expect. And I think that that's. But also, I also think delegation comes at a level of trust. You also have to be able to trust the people that you're delegating to,
Yeah, that
right?
ooh, you were hitting on so much stuff because even in our other CEO interview, Miss Pastor Stephanie Bowens had mentioned that she was like about how she's in a place now to where she can just sit back and go, let me watch how they
Right.
play, but she had to build herself up to that place to where she could look back and say, okay, I've trained him. I know this, he's going to do this and he's going to do that. And I think that this year is going to be a phenomenal year for both of us, me and you, every CEO, right?
Man, yes.
You, everybody, right? The reason why I'm saying that is because we're going to learn how to delegate and build a team. So this is something so powerful. It's happening so fast. And guys, I'm encouraged by CEO Akia's testimony of just her about her industry and what she's doing in fitness, what she's doing in women's health. She has so much, guys, inside of her. So that's why I'm saying she's the plug. Don't play. Get one because she really, really has a lot in her. I find out more throughout my own personal needs with her. When I say that, meaning if I'm saying like, oh, my stomach or oh, this going on, and she'll be like, did you try some ginger? Did you try some this? Did you try some that? And I'm like, okay. So be excited about what all she has because I know God has put so much inside of her. So please, guys, jump in and be a part of what she's doing. Support this amazing CEO. She's just a black-owned business. You know what I'm saying? And she's doing great things for the community as far as a whole. She's not just focusing on a certain element. She's focusing on her niche. She's focusing on her lane. But this is something that will bless all big busted women. You know what I'm saying? This is something
Yes.
big busted women with the everything that she said, the platinum abundance. It's such a powerful name that she has because it truly continues to give back even more abundantly. So I'm so excited about this interview, and I'm hoping to have her on even more because my goal is with these CEOs. Anytime you guys are doing anything, I'd love to post your virtual excited about what you're doing and how you're doing it. Another thing I was going to ask you guys, right, is something that kind of wraps it up, which is basically saying, what is a CEO to you? What is a CEO to you? And whether you realize it or not, girl, you have been in that CEO in there, girl. You've been in the vein, girl. You've been in the vein. So, what does that mean to you? What is a CEO to you?
Hmm. Wow. Let's see. What is Sheo to me? I think a Sheo is a one. Well, I always have to go back to integral, who holds her own, who knows who she is and who she is, operates in that power, operates in that authority that she has, and who can be someone who can reach the masses, not by saying, here I am, but letting her work, letting her integrity, letting her stance, letting her presence speak for her and take her into those rooms. As that scripture says, your gifts will make room for you, with just standing on who she is and what she knows she's capable of doing through the God who has given her power to do it. I think that's a CEO to me.
Mm, that's good. That's powerful answer because sometimes you guys when you watch this replay because you're gonna have to watch this interview again and again and again and again and again. You're gonna have to just dwell on what she just said because some people think a CEO is like, well, I own a business and I do this. It's also, it goes beyond business. It goes in your life because your business is your business. Your business is your business, meaning your life is your business. That's why I did a video one time called "How to Teach People How to Mind Their Own Business," and it was so funny because some people probably thought it was being mean, but it was real because your business is your business first. Because you start to do everything you do for yourself, you do it, you kind of handle it the same way in your own personal business. That's how I know, you know, I'm trying to get invited to the wedding when Akia get married because I'm gonna tell you the way she handled business for herself. She definitely marriage. Let me tell you, because I'm telling you, my sister is phenomenal, and she's very art. The way she organizes and the way that she just the way she plans and how productive she is and how progressive she is and how she has this tenacity and this resiliency. It's next to none. There's I don't there's very few people. Every person, every she on here has a very dynamic, different, colorful personality, and that's why there's something I respect about her stillness. There's something I respect about her regalness. There's something, it's not a face. She's very observant. She's very discerning and listening. So her movements that she makes are extremely calculative. So I'm so excited about what God is doing in her life. And I am absolutely just blessed by this interview. And I cannot wait to do more because y'all know I'm going to just be popping y'all up, doing more and more and more. I can't wait to share all of the launches and the different things she's doing. Guys, please, I will post the tags for what she's doing and anything she's got going on to support, give into the vision. You will not be let down. You will not be disappointed because it's going to be a blessing to you. Who knows? Y'all might have to, I might have to get, I'm going to get, of course, I'm going to get me a couple outfits, a bunch of them, and model them on the Facebook because y'all know I ain't got no problem being myself. I wait
Yes.
to get my modeling on with that stuff because I can with her beautiful, powerful. I'm gonna come up and I'm gonna show a platinum abundance. So I cannot wait. I'm excited
Yeah, free promotion. I'm with it.
about to go down. So I'm excited. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, CEO Akia Valentine. Do you have anything else that you want to share with the women? You know, we're being inspired and unlocked by your testimony, your story, and your journey. Is there anything else you want to share with the
I'll just say, whatever God gives you, run with it. You may not know how to start, but I'll say this: if He gives you the vision, He'll give you the provision. And I mean, because when I first got the vision to do what I was doing, I didn't know how I was going to start, but now here I am, getting ready to go into production, getting ready to launch stuff. So whatever it is that God has given to you, don't sleep on it. Don't think that it's too big for you, because
come on.
He will bring the people that you need, the resources that you need into your part. So don't sleep on that. And I say that to you guys, and I say that to myself as well, because we always tend sometimes as women to dumb down who we are and to dumb down the capabilities that we have so we can fit into whatever category we figure that people need to for us to fit into, that we need to go with the status quo. And just remember that you're bigger than that.
Right.
Your Father is a king, and whatever it is He needs you to do, He will give it to you to do. He
Come
will give
on.
you the resources to do. So be encouraged and don't give up. Don't give up too easy, because along the way you will get
Woo.
some stumbling blocks. Along the way you're gonna doubt. Along the way that you're gonna just be asking, is it me? Is this for me? Can I do this? Should I do this? But whatever it is, keep going, because I always say the analogy that in football, even though I'm not a football fan like that, they never run behind the person that doesn't have the ball. They're always gunning for the quarterback. You have the ball. And so when those
Wow.
trials and tests comes to you, it's because you got something that the enemy doesn't want you to manifest. But manifest, keep going, and God will make a way for you.
You are encouraging me. Ladies, y'all heard it from the CEO, Akia Valentine. You guys, don't drop that ball. Keep going. That scratch is gonna look good when you go to that bank account later. You're gonna be like, oh, it was all worth it.
Yep.
And when you see the lives that you're changing and the impact, because it's bigger than you, God's got a plan and a blessing for you. Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plan that I have for you. Hallelujah. Go check
Amen.
put it in your scripture because he knows the plans. It's good plans to prosper you, a good and expected end for you. So I'm excited. I'm encouraged for what Akia has going on. Guys, let's do this. Platinum Abundance is in the house, y'all. Share this video.
Yay!
Get ready to see what God is giving do in her life. And when you sow a seed in someone else's life, especially this woman of God's life, guess what will happen? God will bring abundance in your life. So I'm excited for what God is doing in her life. You guys go ahead and get yourself together. I don't know. She working on the pre-orders, all whatever she's doing, y'all. Check it out. Pay attention and don't you miss it. Okay. I love you guys. Thank you so much, CEO, for being here. Miss Akia Valentine, everybody. Thank you so
And
much.
thank you for having me. It was a blessing. Thank you. Truly an honor.
Oh my gosh, the honor was mine. I love you, sis, and I can't wait to see
Thank
more
you.
in your life. Y'all, it's CEO 2022, Akia Valentine. We'll talk to you guys soon. Peace. Have a blessed
Bye.